What had happened was...
Hey y'all, and welcome to I Just Called to Say, your reality TV and pop culture podcast. I'm your reality TV bestie, Megan Pugh, and you can follow me at Megan_Pew Pew on Instagram and TikTok, and you can also follow the fun at I Just Called to Say podcast on Instagram. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, tell all your friends, your mama, and you know what to do. Today we have a very special guest co-host and a fellow Bravo aficionado. Welcome Kendra, the voice behind the account, The Real Housewives of Columbus. Hey girl, hey.
Hey.
Okay, so possibly an unpopular opinion, and I mean this with all the shade. The Real Housewives of Columbus. That would be a random franchise, girl. That's random as hell. So you have to tell me, what's the tea behind these random ass cities that you think could possibly have chosen for franchises, and how did you come up with this Instagram account?
Yeah, well, I think it was a couple of years ago. I want to say after Potomac maybe came to fruition.
Because none of us knew about Potomac.
Yeah.
We were like, where is that located?
Where's Potomac? And I lived in DC, and I don't know that I had ever heard of Potomac, but
I feel like people
so
know Bethesda, but they don't know about Potomac.
Or even like Annapolis, or I don't know. Just never really knew about Potomac. But I think right after that, there was a rumor that came out that there was going to be a franchise. There was 3 different cities. I should have looked it up, but I didn't. I want to say it was something with a W, like right outside of Chicago was one of them, like Wapakoneta or something.
Like Wichita, Kansas or something?
Yeah, they were just like such random. And I think it was also because of Salt Lake, too. And so, but that rumor came out, and I was like, if they can get a city, we can get a franchise here in Columbus for sure. So I grabbed the handle Real Housewives of Columbus because I was like, if they ever come to Columbus or cast the Columbus group, 1, I would have the handle and they'd have to get it from me. And 2, cast a girl. I've got the handle.
Negotiating with them. You're like, I know you want this handle, but it's going to come with me having to be on this cast.
Right, exactly. So, and I didn't really do anything with it until I went to BravoCon last year, not this past year, the year before, on a whim. And I went there and I was posting all this Bravo stuff. And some of my friends that follow my regular account, they were like, what the heck is this? Like, I had some guy friends that were like, I don't really care. What's Bravo? Like, why do you keep posting about it? And so I'm like, man, I should probably utilize the handle that I have, the Bravo handle. So I started doing it. I remember my first post was when the new New York was announced, and it was like a picture of all of them up on the stage at the Watch What Happens Live, and I was there and I took a picture and I was like, yes, that'll be my first post. And so I started it then, and then it just kind of grew some legs once Scandival hit.
The Scandival. You can thank them for your followers.
Yeah.
You can thank them for something.
Yeah, something. For sure.
For context, Kendra and I met at BravoCon 2023 in Las Vegas, and she was a VIP person, and I was full-on GA Gen Pop. So we had completely different experiences, especially when you said you went last year to the Watch What Happens Live. I never did the experiences, which is something I think I got to utilize next go around. But I didn't even know about the new New York being announced at BravoCon 2023. Like, I feel like I was late to the jump, to the new casting.
And I think you kind of have to balance. I think GA is cool because you can probably, well, 1, you would save a ton of money, and 2, you can probably buy those one-off experiences too and still get kind of the same experience as some of the VIPs. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's all a balancing act.
You were doing the Palooza and you were meeting like, tell me about the VIP experience at BravoCon, so that I feel like I've told people they can go back and watch that episode where if you want to do BravoCon on a budget, it's possible. But if we want to go BravoCon Lux, tell us what it's like.
Yeah, I loved it. I would have never known you were not VIP because you were strutting around like you were VIP. So I would have never known.
You gotta let the people think you're on the show or VIP. And I was hiding my wristband intentionally, so that's the tea. I was hiding my wristband so that people didn't never know I was G.
You just had like a VIP energy. So
oh my God, I receive it, sis.
Yeah. So let's see. So VIP was really cool. I heard about it after the first BravoCon I went to in 2022, and everybody was like, "You have to do VIP." And at that time, I think there was SVIP too, and people are like, "You've got to do SVIP. You get to like hang with all the Bravo people in these lounges and whatnot." And I personally think VIP was worth it. You essentially got to go into this lounge and any downtime, which there wasn't really downtime, but like if you just got exhausted, for instance, you could go
It's a
into
lot of
these
standing and walking. Your feet need to take a break,
standing.
especially if you're on concrete.
Yeah, and you're sitting there like kicking with all your Bravo friends. Like, it can get emotionally exhausting, especially if you're not like, I need to talk to people all the time, you know? So, yeah, I remember going in and you could like sit and relax at a little table. They had snacks, they had beverages, they had a bar, if not two. I think there was just maybe one bar, I can't remember. But they had their own
One bar
bar.
for all those Lux drunks women? Oh my God, dangerous.
Yeah,
But if they're
yeah, right.
passing drinks around and food, I'm pretty sure it's subsidizing. It all evens out.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And I would say I don't even think I maybe bought one drink while I was in there, but then the biggest benefit was random Bravo celebrities would filter in and out. And so you would get like photo ops with them. For instance, one time we did I was in line for Lala, I think it was. You know, I'm a Lala stan if you follow my account or to just talking
We
to
love
me.
Lala.
Love
You
Lala.
doe-eyed Bambi bitch.
Oh, so good.
Classic Lala.
She's so good. Oh yeah, so I was in line for Lala, and then all of a sudden, they have this long wall that you're standing in front of, you're waiting in line, and in comes Jackson Brittany, in comes Kristen Doty, and I think there
Kristen.
was one other person. I want to say it was Heather Gay. Maybe it was Heather.
Did you meet Karen,
I met
the Grand
Karen at
Dame?
Bravo Palooza.
Okay, the
So I did it.
Palooza.
Yeah, I did a Bravo Palooza, which is an add-on, but I think I think anybody can buy those. I did the Bravo Palooza, and you don't know who's going to be coming in. It's essentially like where you can get even a smaller area than the lounge, and you go in, and they filter Bravo celebrities in, and you can like sit and talk to them. And everybody had said before that that was where they got to meet a lot of the Bravo folks, Bravo lebs. Uh, and I met Karen Huger in in the Bravo Palooza. She was the best. She was like the underrated person that I didn't expect, but by far came off of BravoCon as my favorite, by far.
Ooh, so the question is,
Oh,
w- was she drunk while she was there?
that story is so
Because we are
messy.
riding off the tails of Karen's DUI, but we didn't get a mug shot out of this. I'm like, what? Who's her PR? How
I
did she not
feel
get a
like
mug shot?
I feel like it's probably coming,
It's
right?
coming. You think it's coming? Wow, we can add her to the list of Bravo celebrities with mug shots,
Oh, I gotta get that t-shirt.
right?
Somebody find me that t-shirt.
Shannon Bedore from the Real Housewives of Orange
Hmm.
County. She had a similar experience this past year. I feel like with
Yeah.
like her crashing in her neighborhood. Did she get a mug shot? I don't feel
Oh,
like I
that's a good
saw it.
question. I don't know.
Right?
Hmm,
I don't feel like I got a
didn't
mug shot out of her.
Might have to do a little Google search.
Thanks.
I don't know. She should have though. I did
Okay.
see a meme where somebody put those two next to each other, like same, same. But hers at least, like, well, not at least. It's never a good idea to drink and drive. We'll just make that statement.
But I'm also like, who is drinking and driving anymore? Y'all are rich enough to be having people chauffeur you around. And
Ubers,
also,
drivers,
we live in Uber and Lyft world. Like, what is happening? Drinking
right.
and driving is like so 2007. What's happening?
Shannon's was bad to a lot of people and myself especially because she had her dog in the car. That's like, come on, dude. Don't put
Everyone's like, but what
Archie,
about Archie?
don't put Archie in the line of fire.
What
No
about
way.
Archie?
No. And
Oh,
Karen's like, I didn't read through all the details because you broke it to me, by the way.
oh my
I
God,
was
you heard
like,
it
oh
here
my God.
first.
Yes. I was like, what? I hadn't even like come out of my work haze and then like got onto social media and done, and it was like, what?
All I read was Maserati, and then she was already in a traumatic headspace because she'd had an emotional family dinner prior to that.
Oh,
I'm like, Curran. This
Yeah, I
makes
think
sense
she
how all the
posted as
ladies make
like,
fun of you for drinking all the time. This is adding up.
oh, Newport Beach refuses to release Shannon Bedore mugshot.
Interesting, Newport
Yeah.
Beach.
Yeah, I don't know about Potomac, or I don't know where she was because we know she don't live in Potomac.
Okay. Okay. So remind me, you also have a fashion blog, right?
I do. It was
Um,
previously a Fancy Wrinkle, but I changed it to my name. Now it's Kendra Singh. That's my name. And I had a fashion blog for a while. I don't really do much with it, but I like to share fashions and deals on my other account.
and that's
That
kind of like how we bonded over
Yes,
at BravoCon. It was over the fashions and how everyone was dressed.
because I is there a way to flash up your outfit on here? Like do a green screen
I'll
of
have to
that
post
bit?
it
Or
at Dressed in Lala. This outfit was also featured on Vanderpump Rules. You too can have it, people. And if I can link it, I'll link it in the show notes.
oh my God, that's why I keep telling you, you need to go down the fashion route because your style is so good. And
Oh
that
my God.
one outfit, I still need to push the button on that three piece that you
That
have.
3-piece ASO set, girl,
Hmm.
treat yourself.
Yeah,
Because
yes.
you have this fashion experience and the love of it, let's play a little game of this or that fashion edition. So we have our first one: better dress cast, Summer House or Vanderpump Rules. You have 5 seconds, and why?
I know better, and I feel like they're a little bit more trendy, I think, but they don't have as many oopsies.
Fair. And I feel like there's only but so much seersucker you can wear to the Hamptons before we've seen it all.
Yeah. Yeah, but they have Paige. Paige is like a fashion queen. So
She changed
they
the space. She changed the
she
cast's style. She
did.
elevated them. Paige DeSorbo came on the set and she was like, we got to do better. Because I feel like everyone's going to Paige to be like, Paige, does this look okay?
Yeah, well, and I think I don't know, I could be swayed because you've got Paige over here that brings the whole thing up, but then you've got Katie that brings the whole thing down on the other side from Vanderpump. So, and I love Katie. I am a huge Katie stan, but yeah.
Okay, well then let's keep it going. All
Okay.
right. So, this or that, the better dress Real Housewives franchise in California. Do we do Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or the Real Housewives of Orange County?
Okay, so the first one was hard. This one's super easy. It's Beverly Hills for sure.
Hands down. I don't want to see any True Religion or Ed Hardy jeans. And I feel like the Real Housewives of Orange County, they're still doing it. They're still doing it.
That and you remember they were the queens of the what was those halter tops with the rhinestones in the middle? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh my
What were
God. That was
those
an
called?
early 2000s look.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my
It,
gosh. That was a classic look. Oh. And they love a white pants with wedges at any given time.
hmm.
That is a staple for them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Last one, but I think you kind of gave us your answer. Best dress Bravo celebrity. Do we go Lala or do we go Katie?
I think Lala. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I knew you kind of rolled your eyes a little bit about Lala's fashion, but if you're having to choose between Lala or Katie, what do you do?
I'll go Lala.
The devil
Because
you
I
know
like
or the devil you don't
I
know?
know she has some good streetwear. Every once in a while I'm like, oh Lala, like no, but like that's her thing. And same with
Yeah.
Katie. Like good for them, but like wow.
There was one look that Lala wore to BravoCon, and I was like, is this workout wear? It was like a
That's
a broad top and leggings, but with stilettos. And she had like the
and she had the
headband on.
headband. That's the one I have a picture with her. You know what though? It's funny because she looked phenomenal in it. Like if you saw her in person, you're like, holy crap. Like, wow, you
Honestly,
really
it
rocked
looked
that.
like someone was following her with good lighting the entire time. Like this woman was just glowing. I was like, is
Yeah.
there a ring light on her? Like what's happening? How is this happening?
Yeah.
Did you watch Vanderpump this week? And why does everyone want to be on Dancing with the Stars? Those are my two questions.
You got a little bit of after show in there. I didn't know Tom Sandoval wanted to be on it,
And I'm
but
sorry,
of
I
course.
don't really watch the show that much, so I didn't even know that Lisa Vanderpump was ever on Dancing with the Stars. talking about Vanderpump Rules this last episode. Do you have any notes from this previous episode that you'd like to share?
Oh boy, do I have notes. I have notes.
Bring out the notes. Bring out the notes.
First note, Katie and Lala meeting. That's where we started, right? And I personally think I'm so glad that meeting happened because I feel like Katie and Lala have a true friendship. Now we're hearing little rumors, I think, from the reunion that they taped that maybe
The
not.
friendship's not there?
I'm not sure. I definitely heard Lala said something on another show that because somebody said she got eviscerated by Ariana and that that it was friendship ending. And her answer was one of those is true. So I don't know. And I'm going to guess that she wouldn't ever say that anybody eviscerated her. So I'm sad about that, obviously. But like in the Katie thing, I think she had something to say on Amazon Live too. Lala had something to say on how Katie was like,
Are they still following each other?
Oh,
I was trying to see if they're still following each other. I got to check that.
Okay.
That's how we'll know.
Yeah. Well, I feel like they're very similar and they're both like the loyalest bitches ever. The loyalist. And I think their beef really is just Ariana and Sheena's beef. It's like they're being loyal to their best friends. You know, like Lala's being loyal to Sheena and Katie's being loyal to Ariana. And so then they have this beef. And it's not like with them. That's what is so frustrating. But I think they're just
Lala
being
still
loyal
follows
friends.
Katie.
Okay, that's good news.
But does Katie still follow Lala? You know, sometimes it doesn't go both ways. Let's double check.
Gosh, I love them all. I like would love a Witches of WeHo type of thing with Lala, Ariana, and Katie. Like those three need to be a trio.
A good spinoff. I mean, honestly, it's only a matter of time, speaking of spinoffs, until Sheena makes her way to the newest cast member of the Valley. Because she actually legit just moved to the Valley. So
Yeah.
it's only a matter of time.
If she was prepping for Dancing with the Stars, she's probably prepping for the Valley. Let's be honest.
Facts.
Like, I have an alert basically, and you get people that know that are on Zillow, they know this. Like you go searching for something and all of a sudden you get 50 emails that are like a listing popped up in XYZ place. So I of course was looking for listings in Valley Village, and I keep getting emails, and every single time I'm like, is that Ariana and Tom's house? Is that Ariana and Tom's house?
We want to see it go on the market.
Yes, please. Because I need to know, and knowing like what's been said, it sold for 2 million. And I mean, when they bought it, it was 2 million, and they're looking at like 3 million right now. So I got my eye. I know there's a gate. I know there's a pool. I know the layout.
Keep me posted. I'm like, I need to know what it goes for.
Yeah.
And also, I'm concerned for the next person who moves in it. I'm like, this house is low key haunted.
I know. If they can
like,
get
you know how realtors
the Lego thing down.
Oh my God, right. And realtors are supposed to disclose to you if someone dies in a house. But I feel like in this case, the realtors should disclose to you like what relationships died in the house.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Still valid information.
Still valid. I have notes about that pool party too.
Oh my God, share.
All I have is creepy. And I also have...
It was the girls. The two girls that showed up who tried to pretend like they didn't know. That was
right.
creepy.
Like so Tom met them, he said, at See You Next Tuesday, right? Then no chance, 0% chance that they didn't go to See You Next Tuesday not knowing who Ariana was and that Tom and Ariana were a thing. They're like, oh, you have a roommate? Who's your roommate? Oh, please. Please.
Don't act dumb. The moment you rolled up and you saw that bush, that gate, and that tree, you knew whose house this was. Don't play dumb.
Yeah. I will say Tom Schwartz dipping out was kind of funny. He's like, I can't be associated with this. I'm out.
Also, anytime I hear dip out, I just always just like think about the Scandival in itself. I'm like, she dipped out. She dipped out. Dipped out.
That man.
He's
That
so
man.
gross, and he's still yet to
Ew.
say sorry. He
You know what?
won't say
He won't.
sorry.
He won't. And if it's a sorry, it's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Gosh, I'm going
Like
through a lot, Katie.
at your own, because you did this. You did this to yourself,
Yeah.
bruh.
Yeah. Give me some grace. No.
No,
That's
no,
Katie.
that
That
was
was
so
Katie's
good. No,
defining moment. That was it right there.
like Katie and Lala are really holding people accountable, and I love it this season. What were some more of your notes on them?
Well, the pool party, I didn't let go of the pool party, and that Billy was thirsty. I have that. She was never on Ariana's side. I just don't get, like, what is she trying to do? I don't
I
understand it.
know Billy's thirsty is actually like a little scary to me, just because like her eyes just look so vacant and dead. Like on that one
Yeah.
episode when she's watching him cold plunge.
Oh
Do you-
gosh, another creepy moment.
That was so creepy. I was like, oh my God, she wants you so badly.
So bad. It is so
So badly.
obvious.
And
Oh,
Ariana already said she's like, I think they've hooked up because she's like living
yeah,
with
that
him.
was a rumor before, right? Like that was a
Yeah,
rumor a long time ago. I feel like was it Kristen that
I
brought it
believe
out?
it.
Somebody did. But
I
oh,
absolutely believe it.
I can't. Let's Joe and Tom. I have notes about that.
Oh, Joe and
Joe and
Tom.
Billy need to exit stage left for me.
And I think I told you, but just so everyone else knows, if you don't watch the after shows, you should, because Kristen Doty gave a public apology for bringing Joe into the group. She was like, everyone, I'm sorry for bringing Joe into the group and James. But if anything, we should all be thanking her for James.
Hmm. Yeah, she doesn't think that, but that's okay.
James is premium TV. Like, I could quote that man all
Mm.
day. Like, I'm not
I
ashamed to say I've seen him live DJ. Now, was it a great set?
yeah.
No. But, I'm
Wait,
here for the Bravo of it all.
did you go to the thing at BravoCon when he
No,
DJ'd?
because you were a full-on VIP bitch, and I was only doing the
I
bare
don't.
minimum GA.
Oh, well, that was a separate thing, I thought.
Okay, it was like an
Was it?
add-on experience.
I don't even know if it was that. I think it would. I think you could have gotten in for free. I think there were a lot of people that got tickets for free to that. But it's just like, it's a Vegas club and it's like there's nowhere to sit. There's nowhere to like not I'm an old person. I need to have a place to sit.
And just so
Uh
people know, the general age of people at BravoCon, it's like the general demographic of its viewership. Like it's like women who are like middle age, just really passionate about the show. Like I feel like the youngest
mhm.
person there is probably 27.
Yeah.
Like
Agreed. And the
like
oldest
it's like
was Ruth.
27 to and the older groups, they bring their husbands. Like I
Yes,
saw husbands and they were carrying the purses.
the
Like
husbands.
the
The Did
rumors.
you see Ruth though? Ruth was famous. She was the 80-year-old that came.
She was so sweet. What was her
She was so,
question that she asked? She was like, how do y'all
oh
stay
gosh.
hip or something or young?
I don't remember, but I just
I
remember everybody loving her.
have to put that in there. Roll the clip of Ruth.
I'm Ruth from
Yes.
Fort Worth. Ruth, we love you,
So
Ruth.
cute. Ruth.
Hearts.
I'm
Right?
84.
Oh, what else? I don't think I. Okay, Katie and Sandoval having their conversation. I think we already touched on that. The only thing is, like, I really don't like the word fathomless. Like, what is that? And she said it a couple times.
To him.
Yeah, so when Sandoval and Katie had that conversation at their house, like he came down and was like, I'm really sorry for how I treated you, this and that. And she was just basically like, what you did was fathomless. And she used it with Sheena, I
Fathomless.
think. Yeah,
And
it is a
well, you know
word.
what's the thing about her and her ex-husband? When they love a word, a good vocabulary word,
Oh, you do?
they hold on to it. I can think back. I can't even think of some of the words they say, but like their arguments would be hilarious. Like they would just throw out the same vocabulary and it'd be like, just because you threw out a really good SAT vocabulary word does not make you like good in this argument. That does not prove your point any further.
That is a good point. I didn't even think about that because he has some random words that he throws in there. You're like, oh, hmm,
Like I'm trying to
hmm.
think of like one of like their go-to words. Oh my God. But it was just like, oh, I can't even think. But like fathomless, that sounds like something that he said. It's and she just rolled it over to her vocabulary.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I have the top line that I have above all my notes, though, is Katie is a badass. No one gives her enough credit. And that is the truth. Despite what I've said about her fashion's always just like slightly, just a little bit off. I can explain. But I love her. I am like a Katie stan as well, and no one gives her enough credit because she's like a side character, but like she's main character energy for
She's
sure.
very main character energy. And I feel like there's always been other personalities that might be a little bit larger than hers that get more shine. Because it was like for a while, she
So
was just like
true.
Stassi's friend. She was like Stassi's like sidekick, I felt like. And I'm
Well,
like,
and they're
I
saying
would
that
rather
now with
listen to
Lala.
Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't
Yeah.
think that. I feel like she's her own
She's main
person.
character.
Yeah, she is.
Like, and I
And
feel like she has been for a while though, in my
yeah.
opinion.
Well, I think ever since she was like, I'm getting a divorce. And
Yeah.
you have to give her credit. She made a good point with Sandoval too, where she said, I gave up on a marriage that we both loved each other very much, but I just wasn't being loved in the way I wanted to be loved and I wasn't happy. I
He
mean,
never chose her.
I know. And I just like, there's so many people. I mean, I probably would be in a relationship. I have been in relationships that I like, the person probably doesn't love me the way I want it, but you just keep going. And good on her. She didn't care about like the persona of being like part of the Vanderpump couples. She didn't care about like he's so sweet because
Mm-hmm.
I love Schwartz, but I mean, I just give her so much credit for taking that step and like not looking back.
Yeah, I give a lot of women this season credits for taking the steps. I give Brittany Cartwright credit for taking the steps and
Oh
getting out of the
yeah.
toxic relationship with Jax. I
Yep.
give Lala the credit. I mean, and I again just because I'm a Lala stan, I give Lala the credit, but I'm also like, Lala just really was blinded for so long, and I felt like
She
I was just
was.
like, girl, when are we gonna wake up? When are we gonna wake up? And I feel like she's
Yeah.
finally waking up to like, dang, that was I was a mistress. That she
Yes.
you know, quote unquote.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm,
love her.
love her. Okay. Any last words? Any advice for anyone going to BravoCon?
Ah, save up. Save. I do. I have like a separate little account where I like put my money in so that I don't feel as bad about like basically blowing all that money. And it's hard to
Smart.
get tickets, but hey, it's so worth it, especially if you love it. And you also have to decide too. This is one thing I don't think I said before, but I had a moment where I, w- I think it was like the first day I wasn't super enjoying it. And then I had to have this conversation with myself of like, what kind of fan do I want to be here? Where do I want to be the fan that is like, no shame, I'm gonna push people all over the place to get a
Mm.
selfie with so and so, or am I just gonna like enjoy it? If I want to go talk to a Bravo Lab, I will go talk to them and not be scared, or like who do I want to be? And I'm like, I'm just gonna take it all in. I'm gonna be who I am, and that's it. I'm not gonna like push anything.
Yes, that's a beautiful thought because I feel like oftentimes people get a little jaded and they think that they're like owed the right to talk to these people any kind of way or get a photo with them. And
Yeah.
I remember at one point, and when Bravo celebrities are there, they want to enjoy the photo op experiences as well. Highly recommend you dress for the photo experiences because they make you
Mm.
feel like you're a Bravo celebrity. But the
Yeah.
Bravo celebrities themselves, they want to do these photo booth moments, so they allow them to jump the line so they can do it and then get back to being with the audience.
Hmm.
And a lot of people were getting upset because the line was getting cut and they're being very vocal. And they're like, well, who's that person? They're probably on below deck. I don't know who they are. This sucks. Why should they get to cut the line? And it's like, oh my God, calm
Yeah.
down, drink some water, and just how do you want
Yes.
to show up? Because this is not a
Yeah.
good look for you? And so
Yeah.
I respect all the people who had good behavior and all the people who came out looking nasty and swinging and making crazy public comments. Do better
And
next year.
don't ever push somebody for a photo op.
Don't push for
I think
photo
that was I
ops.
was like, dang, like you really needed that photo. Like,
And it's like a herd of people. It's like a herd. It's like,
yeah. And people
yeah.
sprint.
They do. They
Like,
sprint. They
dang.
do. And those I don't ever want to be that kind of fan.
Yeah. That's what I
I don't
decided. I'm not going to be that person and I'm not going to feel bad about it.
yeah. Like I love some Bravo, but I'm not about to be looking crazy.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. You got
Because
to
a
pick
bitch
your
might be on
people.
Bravo one day. I'm trying to look like I'm in VIP. I'm trying to look like I'm on someone's show. Like, I'm not trying to be running after people.
Oh my God, you should. You should totally be on Bravo.
Bravo, you heard her. Put me
Hello.
on. Okay. Anything else?
I don't think so. We didn't really talk about the Valley, but do we need to?
I don't think so. We can always come back later. If you guys enjoyed this episode, let us know, and we'll come back and we'll spill some tea about the Valley too. We'll give you our hot takes.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Well, thanks, you guys. Oh, wait, one more.
I just called to say if my best friend was having a bad day, I would tell them to watch Atlanta, Real Housewives of Atlanta season 1. Start there. No, but season 1 was Nene and Kim Zolciak and Sheree. Oh, it was like matches made in heaven. Kim Zolciak sitting in a convertible with a cigarette and a red Solo cup of white wine. I mean, you don't get better than that.
That was TV in the early days. That was TV at its prime.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That was pre-Uber and pre-Lyft because she had no business drinking in her car, BTW.
The good news is I think they only filmed it when she was parked. But still.
They were smart about that. They were like, yo, we can't have you drive it and we record that.
Put away the red Solo cup. Yeah. No, it was definitely something that like gave me, I was a pharmaceutical rep. And I was on the road all the time talking to people nonstop, and I just needed like an outlet, and that's what started me on Bravo. I fell in love, and ever since it's been like what 10, 15 years.
Still going.
Yeah.
Dang. And it's not going to stop anytime soon. Andy Cohen is getting his coin, and he's having more kids, so he needs more coin.
Yes, absolutely. What was yours?
I just called to say if my friend was feeling bad, I would tell them to watch Summer House because it is literal white noise. You can watch it in the background, forefront, but also these people got some crazy lives, and it's going to make you feel a lot better about whatever situation you got going on.
Love that.
Like you got to watch the evolution of Carl 2.0 to Carl 4.0 and sober. That'll make you feel good about yourself. But it'll also inspire you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at people like Lindsay who were just crazy from season 1 to season now. And you're like, I don't never want to be that. I rebuke that kind of energy. And so you learn.
And so did people because people felt really, really bad for her when they broke up. But is it now changing? I keep hearing that it's like changing.
In the episodes, I won't spoil it for everyone. Go watch it. Go watch it after this. But let me just say this. She keeps coming for this man's sobriety. And he is like sober from alcohol, but he is much like Vanderpump Rules, California sober. He's smoking weed. And she's trying to throw that at him by just being like, you're on cocaine. And it's like, let this man get high on some weed and be fine. So she's amplifying something that's not there.
Oh, I feel like she's going to trigger a community she probably doesn't want to trigger.
Okay, the whole AA is about to come for her.
Yeah. I wonder what Lala has to say about that.
Ooh, hot take. We need to know that opinion. Lala. She's probably going to call her a Bambi-eyed bitch and tell her to get sober.
Maybe.
No, but Lala's so mature about sobriety and how she approaches people with it. I feel like she would like give her some calm choice words and be like, do better, babe. But
yeah, she does that.
Yeah, she's evolving.
She does that with the animal stuff. Like, she's a big animal advocate.
Yes.
Like, she does that a lot.
Yeah, she's really gentle about it.
Yeah. Fun times. That was probably a boring comment. I'll cut that.
I'll leave it at go watch Summer House. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow, and tune in to I Just Called to Say for your reality TV and pop culture podcast. I'm your reality TV bestie, Megan. Pew, pew. See y'all later.